All right, folks, I wish that I could report we were turning up on a Tuesday, but XRP is still holding its own while the rest of the markets are coming back down. But getting a piece of the crypto action, we have the crypto president, Donald Trump, making his most recent announcement today. A couple announcements, actually. And so we're going to talk about that, take a look at the markets. This is going to be a very quick, concise update focused on crypto for you guys. If you appreciate what we're doing, please make sure you like all of our content, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our updates. And all of our community resources are available at zachrector.com. Please reach out there if you have any questions or if you want to get in contact with me. Now, let's get started here with the first Trump announcement with RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard have been named to Trump's transition team. A peaceful transition, I hope. The Trump campaign giving us that update today. You guys let me know what you think about RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard, Democrats, joining Donald Trump to bring our country together. I like to see it. I got to admit it. I do like to see it. RFK Jr., I like what he's been bringing into the conversation. Tulsi Gabbard, common sense. Like to see that she's came on board as well. And there's still time for others to hop on board the train. And like I said, hey, whether you like the guy, hate the guy, get offended by the guy, the greatest transfer of wealth in world history will continue in his next administration. It might be time to get on board. I'm not saying that you need to buy his new NFT collection and his new digital cards. I wouldn't dare show you that. But that is the second announcement that we have here from the Trump campaign, with President Trump announcing his new digital trading cards, America First. Buy just 15 cards and get a piece of his knockout debate suit. So if you buy 15 of these cards, then they're priced at a $99 price per card. So if you buy 15 of those, you can get the knockout debate suit, the suit that he wore during his debate with Joe Biden. They've cut it up and they're, stitching it or, putting it on the digital trading cards, or no, obviously not the digital one, an actual physical one. So if you buy 15 of the digital cards, you get a physical card sent to you with a piece of the knockout debate suit stitched on there. Pretty cool. And if you buy 75 cards or more, you get to have a gala dinner with the president down in Jupiter, Florida at his club. So there you have it. That is not an official sponsorship from the Trump campaign. I just thought that it was pretty hilarious. I'm not going to play the video. He did a 2-minute pitch here where he's selling them. And I'm not going to play it because there's background music. But he says, oh, people are calling me the crypto president. And, there's no catching up to this at this point for the Democrats and Kamala. And I'm just talking about this crypto policy. We're just talking crypto right now. Don't get mad at me. You can't catch up to a man who's saying he's going to fire Gary Gensler, that we need to be leaders around the world. And now he's going forward and launching his own NFTs. I mean, this is, I don't know how many drops he's done. He's done the sneakers. He's done the digital trading cards here, his NFTs. And I got to say, I actually find this really cool, what he's doing with the suit. Whether even if you don't like Trump, at least you got to admit, he's adding a little bit more, value proposition as far as a collectible goes, right? You get a piece of the suit, a piece of history. Now, if it was the suit that he wore during the event in Pennsylvania, where he was, the assassination attempt, that suit, I might be interested in that piece of history. That would be interesting, getting a piece of that suit that he wore there. But I better stop talking about Trump before somebody gets offended, huh? Speaking of joining the crypto party, though, that's what I'm so focused on here is how far they're pushing the crypto. And this is not just, something that we're seeing getting flirted around. This is something that they're actually moving forward with right now, with the NASDAQ seeking regulatory approval to trade options on the Bitcoin index. NASDAQ is seeking approval from regulators to launch and trade options on a Bitcoin index, providing a new way for investors to hedge and amplify exposure to the cryptocurrency. The SEC has yet to approve options based on any spot Bitcoin ETFs, including NASDAQ's application to trade options on the iShares from BlackRock. But the proposed NASDAQ Bitcoin Index options would track the CME CF Bitcoin Real-Time Index, offering an alternative for traders amid pending regulatory decisions. Now, recall, they're coming to join this party, and it's not just the Bitcoin party either. The CME CF Index just got launched for XRP as well. Remember that. So we've been saying that this is the precursor for options. We saw there was, I forget what the company name was that's launching the futures, right? And they just they notified the CFTC of that, right? The Commodities Futures Trading Commission got notified of the XRP futures that were being launched. And now the SEC, right, they would be in control of the options here potentially on the ETFs. And so this is, once again, everybody from Wall Street who told us that this was going nowhere, they were not interested. And now you see they are showing up in droves to be the asset managers that have the products available for all of the investors, whether you want to be able to hedge Bitcoin through options, whether you just want spot, whether you want other assets as well, despite what the Bitcoin bros have been saying, that it's just, Bitcoin's the end all be all. Nobody's interested in the other poop coins. We know how far that, from the truth that statement is, because we're seeing, we covered it yesterday's show. Corporations, what are they holding? Well, their holdings in XRP have actually picked up as of lately, just right behind Solana, while Bitcoin and Ethereum holdings have actually come down. And then the other part of the holdings that we noted was the stable coins, where USDC has grown in share, Tether has dropped, PayPal stablecoin showed up and arrived and is in the third place spot, but I noted how Ripple stablecoin set to hop into that mix as well. But as far as the institutional products that are getting made available, you can see it's coming right now. They're all coming. We have presidential candidates dropping NFT collections, saying that we need to be the leaders in the cryptocurrency space worldwide. And then on top of that, you have the traditional Wall Street players that downplayed this industry. It was a pet rock. It was silly. It was crime. It was bad, bad, bad. Now they got the biggest bags. And you can look at BlackRock and some of these others, while everybody else has been selling the accumulation that's been happening by these whales and these institutions. And just wait, when it finally gets revealed what they've been doing with XRP, I think that we're going to be in for a shock when we actually, start to see how much interest there is in XRP and how much they've already accumulated, right? Once again, as we reported yesterday, it was, XRP up to 20% of the share of, the different assets that are held by corporations. XRP is right up there and growing. Now, someone who tried to join the party but got in trouble here is this platform and this settlement that we want to report on today. The SEC has settled up with Abra charges of unregistered sale of crypto asset securities in Abra Earn. So Abra, this is an exchange, and they still are operating in the United States, but they have discontinued their Earn program, and they have settled up on these charges. They were generating income for themselves to fund interest payments, right? So they did not qualify for an exemption from the SEC registration, the agency said in a Monday release. This was a lawsuit and a charge, really, that came about in July of 2020, and they're just now settling up. And Abra, without admitting or denying the SEC's allegations, has consented to an injunction prohibiting it from violating registration provisions of the Securities Act and the Investment Company Act, and requiring it to pay civil penalties and amounts to be determined by the court. Abra Earn brought in nearly $600 million in crypto assets, $500 million of which came from U.S. customers. So $500 million of securities is what they sold, and this is what they're getting in trouble for. They're going to pay civil penalties, and then they have an injunction placed on them from doing it. And they already stopped the program in 2022, and they put out a statement saying, yeah, we stopped the program, and all of our users' funds were already moved to their trading account, including the interest that they had accrued, the money that they had made, that's getting moved, right? And the reason why I'm sharing this is 2 points: to show you guys how, if you're not a real threat to the financial system, if you don't need to be stalled out, suppressed for years for the incumbents to get their ducks in a row, like an XRP situation, if you're just, a little platform like this, they allow you to, pay your little fine, agree to an injunction. They don't have to admit to any wrongdoing. The SEC is not trying to stick it to them or make an example, right? So that's their journey, and that's their legal battle versus what we've had to go through for years, $200 million in legal fees, and then now Ripple's going to have to pay $125 million. But the second point on this as well is you are seeing that anybody who tries to bring about, these products and services to Americans is getting shut out. It's like, okay, where is the availability? Where is the laws so that we can start to build out DeFi here in the United States of America? Because anybody that's tried to do it is getting sued. And now they're trying to say that these tokens themselves are securities in the Kraken lawsuit and the Coinbase lawsuit and some of these others, where they're going after the tokens in and of themselves, even though we got the Judge Torres ruling. But as I've been saying, these proof of stake coins in networks that are validated through proof of stake, the SEC is making the argument that that is inherently an investment contract, and that's going to have to be a separate battle that's fought out in the courts, or until Congress passes legislation. In the meantime, we're left with, basically no real DeFi products from institutions that have, rules and regulations to follow to provide the proper disclosures that the SEC wants to be disclosed. It's like, show us how, give us the rules of the road and we will follow them, right? But no, we're shutting everybody down. We're collecting our fees. Anybody that tries to stick their head up out of the sand and actually accomplish something with this technology, providing their users a yield, God forbid, can't take away that. And what does it do? It's taking away money and profit from the banks. And that's why this is happening. We understand why this is happening. And this is what we've been saying that we're up against. The beautiful part is that in the case of XRP, we're on the end of our journey as far as our legal battle. And guys, it's not just the XRP drama. I think that a lot of people think that our community is so distraught and unorganized and all this drama in the XRP community. But if you look around, you actually see that it's nothing. Vet right here says the XRP drama sometimes is nothing against what's going on in Ethereum and with their foundation. And if you hadn't heard, the ETH Foundation just reported that they sell over $100 million worth of Ethereum every year for development, and the community is up in arms over this, right? Now, this is Vitalik trying to justify saying that he's saving people on fees, but what we've actually tracked is that the fees are still there. I mean, they've come down somewhat. I'd have to, check Vitalik's math there to see how, if that's true what he's saying on how much they've saved in fees. But why would the fees have to be that high in the first place to begin with, right? And we talked about the ETH 2.0 flop, right? But nonetheless, I think that we understand we're now in this legal clarity. We have these DeFi utilities that are being added at the protocol level. So like our AMM is at the protocol level, which almost nobody else has. I think that Stellar might be the only blockchain that has an AMM at the protocol level. You guys can let me know in the comments down below if you know any others. But what we see here is that we're getting all of our DeFi capabilities completely decentralized protocol level, and we're going to be in the full clear from a legal standpoint. While everybody else is getting their program shut down, they're trying to figure out what their foundation's doing because their foundation's not open and transparent like Ripple, where they've locked it up in an escrow, which forces them to be responsible. They offer up industry-leading transparency as far as what they're doing with the XRP when it does get released. They put most of it back. They put a little bit to work, and they're building a use case and a utility and liquidity for XRP. It's what we want, and it's a beautiful spot to be in. Now, today, I'm not going to get too excited over this, but as I titled the episode, XRP is holding its own right now, pushing up towards 60 cents with a green candle on the daily while everything else is red. 61,600 for Bitcoin. We just dropped below 2,600 for Ethereum. Even XLM is having a red day as well. When we take a look at our stocks, the Dow Jones did go set a new all-time high yesterday. This is something that we discussed a couple weeks back with my Discord group. The all-time high potential for the major indexes on the stocks. Sure enough, Dow Jones did it. Now it's having a red day. NASDAQ finally bounced back up after having a red morning. And both NASDAQ and the S&P 500 both up today. I think you guys let me know in the comments down below. I think NVIDIA earnings come out tomorrow, so we'll be updating you guys on that. We're going to get some more volatility coming in this week upon the earnings from NVIDIA, and more on that later. For now, though, we're watching XRP holding its own at this 59, almost 60 cent level, while everything else is having a red day. Interesting. I like to see XRP moving against the rest of the space, against the current, right? And we're going to continue to watch this one. If you guys appreciated this crypto update, please make sure you have liked this video. Help me out by sharing it out far and wide. And everything can be found at ZachRector.com. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care out there, and God bless you all. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.